We are here at the Humboldt Bay Levee Breach Repair Project. We've got a 16-foot tall AquaDam wrapped and rolled on the trailer on the right and some padding material on the trailer on the left. The breach to be repaired is over there. We're going to lift the AquaDam into the water with an excavator and tow it into place using jet skis. Before we install the main primary AquaDam, we'll be installing a 6-foot AquaDam further back as an anchor to attach the 16-footer to as it fills. The 6-foot tall, 50-foot long, double closed end anchor dam is being lifted into the water, where it will float and be towed into place using jet skis or the on-site airboat. Lifting the end of the 16-footer off the trailer and onto the prepared tarp on the ground. This tarp will act as dunnage and padding material once the AquaDam is placed in the hole. The primary AquaDam has been taken off the trailer. Now we're opening up the straps, opening up the outer wrap, and we'll get set to put this into the water as well. The AquaDam has been unfolded, and now we're cutting the restraint straps around it. I believe we'll be sewing the watertight liner back around the AquaDam, and then we'll be floating it across the slough into place at that breach. The AquaDam has been unfolded from its center and then refolded to be slightly larger in width, and now the waterproof cover is being sewn over the top of it. This will help us get it through some shallow areas where, even though it's floating, it might still scrape bottom, and this would give it more buoyancy. The AquaDam is packaged up in the watertight liner, and now it is being packaged up in another layer of woven material that will give added protection during pulling. The 16-footer is half in the water, the 6-footer is across the way already, and now we're putting the jet skis into the water, or just one jet ski, which will help install the AquaDam and pull it into position in the breach.
Just don't let that sucker bounce on you.
The 16-foot tall AquaDam is in the water and will be towed by the airboat to the breach. The pumps have been set up on the broken levee just past the break. The suction hoses are pumping out of the bay side over the levee, and then the blue discharge hoses are bringing the water all the way out to the 6x50 double closed-ended AquaDam out there, which will be our anchor during installation. The tide is turning. The water from the field on the left is beginning to drain back into the ocean proper. It's about time to put in the 16-foot tall AquaDam, or at least get it ready to put in, so we can set it in place as the tide goes out. The 6-foot AquaDam is being filled with water and being positioned more precisely to match the angle of this hole where the 16-footer's going. They're laying down ropes beneath the AquaDam circumferentially, and that will provide the tie-off points for the bigger dam. The water pressure from the water being pumped into the dam is causing the roll to slowly unroll as the AquaDam fills. Well, we're back at the job site, day 2, and yesterday we missed the tide. It started coming out on us before we put the main AquaDam into the hole and tied it back. So unfortunately we were unable to complete the attempt yesterday. We're back here now. It is high tide rising for another couple of feet, I think, and this is just the right time to pull the AquaDam into place. The flow will be with us, and we'll be able to tie the AquaDam off and start filling it during the slack tide. At least that's the plan. Here is the rolled up, folded up 16-foot tall AquaDam. It was towed into a deep spot and left overnight, tied off to the shore, so it didn't get stuck in the mud. Now we're going through the breach in the levee. There are many lines tied back from the main 16-foot tall AquaDam back to shore, the various weights, and these will be used to help control the AquaDam during installation. It's about 1:15. The tide is still coming in, but very slowly, and it will soon be slack tide, and then the tide will begin to fall, and then we'll install the AquaDam. The tide has pretty much stopped. It's still flowing a little bit, but we are almost to highest high tide, peak high tide. The grass has now pretty much stopped moving in the water, so it looks like we're at peak tide now. The guys are working on opening up the AquaDams and getting them ready. Well, it's about 6 minutes later and the tide's already starting to go out again. The field is beginning to drain through this small hole. So that didn't take long, and now the water is coming out of the field. We're preparing the dunnage, I believe is what that is. We're pulling it out. They're going to pull it over in front of the hole and lay it down, and then undo the primary AquaDam on top of that, and that's for any extra padding against any potential obstructions. We saw a culvert in the water. We also saw maybe a metal spike or something like that. So adding these layers of dunnage, which is off the left, will improve the survivability of the AquaDam in situ. The dunnage is being pulled into place. The current is now helping along with the pulling process. The closed end of the AquaDam is now in the breach. It's been secured on either side by workers and ropes. The upstream side has been tied off to the anchor bag, and it looks like they're tying off more ropes. They'll be letting out some more slack until this plug fits nicely into the hole. Then we'll start adding water. The wrap is pulling off the outside of the AquaDam.
One of your straps, too.
From the
Those aren't cheap.
from the tidal pull is pushing it all downstream. It's just the outer wrap though, so it actually kind of helped us a little bit. We'll recover that after the installation. The outer wrap is pulled off. The inner watertight wrap is still on board. The workers are attaching fill hoses to the fill tubes of this double closed-ended 16-foot tall AquaDam. The pumps are located on the anchor dam upstream. The plan here is to fill this AquaDam and then let it go out just enough to plug this hole, and then we'll continue filling, add a head onto it. It'll stay in place without the tie-offs, and we'll finish pumping the water out into the AquaDam, making it full. 16 feet tall. This levee is about 13 feet tall above the lowest elevation beneath the water. Alright, the AquaDam's in position, the hoses are hooked up, and the ropes are hooked up. They're going to start pumping water into the dam, and we get some little bit of water in there, and then we're going to start letting the dam out a little bit until we get it into the placement that we want in the breach, which is right there. The dam will come out to about that point, right out here. Alright, the 16-footer is in position. The ropes are being tied off with no slack. There's the rest of the 16-footer. Looks good. Oh, they're pumping water. That's what that sound is right there. They're starting to pump water into the AquaDam. And then a little bit of leakage there. But that's alright. Water's water. It's just going into more water.
Jump on it.
Oh, nice.
cool.
Ready?
What happened to your shoes, Matt?
You
You lost yours too?
The sea claimed
I'm
them.
gonna kick mine off so I can get some new ones too.
Wait, we get new shoes?
Well, it came
Maybe you won.
Came on.
Fucking upper management staff.
Here's another one.
This is water piping underneath the AquaDam. We're soon going to close that off when the AquaDam gets fuller. This end's tied back, of course, to the dead man. Water-filled AquaDam.
So Dave, you just keep filling until
Till it's done.
it looks like that.
Oh yeah, but many times bigger.
Huh?
Many times bigger.
How is it going to be up above the levee, you think?
Yes, that's our hope. Otherwise, it won't be big enough. And this is.
I'm going to cut him loose in the airboat. Right
Yep.
now,
Okay.
and then we'll be able to help you move stuff tomorrow, like your pumps and shit, to get them out of here.
Well, here we go. She's got a current on it. Yeah, tomorrow.
Okay.
Now, how can we get out of here, though?
Well, you can walk all the way around.
All the way around. Good going, man. We got her from here.
These are super steep.
Yep. Okay. Thanks, guys.
Good luck.
Yeah.
I'll probably check back on you later on.
Okay.
I'm gonna cut him loose, so glad we got it in here.
Oh, well, it ain't here yet, but we gained a lot.
Yeah. All right. Cool. Thanks.
Okay, thank you, guys. Now, does anybody want to go back over to the other,
All over the side right now, I guess. Yeah, there's like plenty of people over here.
Are you wet?
No, you need me though?
Well,
Partly wet, but that's it.
no. Well, we don't need you, but no, we don't want you to leave either. These straps are, the ropes are tied to these straps. We sewed it into the outer 2 layers of the 8 layer outside. And of course we had to hold these to compensate for the current because there's always a current here. And it's working absolutely marvelous so far. And another 15 minutes we'll be over the hump. But right now, if these ropes gave out, this AquaDam would dislodge from the hole and would be going out to the Pacific Ocean or Humboldt Bay first. It's slowing down considerably the water piping underneath. But we've got a 12 to 18 inch head difference between one side of the levee and the other side of the levee. This side of the levee is 18 inches higher than the low tide on this side that's connected to Humboldt Bay and the Pacific Ocean. This AquaDam was folded to the middle and then again. So when it unfolds, it's going to go this way, and then there's another fold that's eventually going to be at the top of this levee up here. That's how we designed for this AquaDam to open up. Instead of unrolling lengthways, we rolled it sideways to fit through the hole and then open up like a flower, and it just peels open. Hopefully, anyway.
These ropes are extremely tight. They're tied around the AquaDam or off to a corner. The AquaDam has shifted approximately 4 feet towards the ocean. The reason for that can be attributed to the rope stretching, the material stretching, and possibly pulling underneath the AquaDam a little bit. But the pumps are inflating the AquaDam with water, which is gathering here on the ocean side, and soon the AquaDam will be full, as tall as this bank, or taller. The AquaDam continues to fill. It's approximately 2 feet taller, 18 inches to 24 inches taller than the bay ocean water, and about even with the water upstream. There was some boils beneath the AquaDam as it filled. Those have sealed in and filled in. There appears to be a small boil still off the side of that side of the AquaDam, but I'm sure that will fill in too eventually. There's still some water piping around both sides of the AquaDam because it hasn't unfolded to its full width into the breach. But once the AquaDam is full, it will fill this breach. The pumps are running, 4 3-inch gas-powered discharge pumps, pumping water about 100 feet away to the 16-foot tall, 90-foot long double closed-end AquaDam, which is going to plug the levee. Actually, it already has plugged the levee. Now we're just giving it height. The AquaDam continues to fill. It's approximately 3.5 feet taller than the bay water level. Tide's gonna swing here pretty soon. All the water boils have stopped. Underneath and beside there's no flow or no turbulent flow. The AquaDam continues to fill, goes up, 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 and gets shallower, of course, upstream. The deepest part is at the other end. The worker is cutting the ropes that were holding the AquaDam in place previously. The AquaDam is now self-supporting, so these ropes aren't necessary anymore. There it goes.
We're all undone. They've all been cut.
Day 3 of being on site, cleanup day. We're taking out the 6-foot AquaDam and all the assorted materials that we brought into the work site, including the ropes, hoses, pumps, and any other equipment we might have left. So the 6-footer will be cut on the left side of the AquaDam, drained, and then hopefully pulled up over the 16-foot tall AquaDam and into the bay where it can be pulled to the opposite shore. Here's a view from the opposite side, or the opposing viewpoint. You can see the bay, or that's white slough out there, the fill tubes of the 16-foot tall AquaDam, and the other closed end of the AquaDam. I'll get a close-up on the bank here. The AquaDam conformed to the uneven shape of the breach in the levee. It's narrower in the breach, wider outside the breach, and this forms a good seal against the walls of the breach. The 4-foot AquaDams were not used, so now they're being rolled up the slope over the levee where they can be put into the bay water and towed to the opposite shore where an excavator can pick them up. Way over there. Starting to telescope. This was an AquaDam that we brought in as a reserve just in case. It wasn't needed, so we rolled it back up the levee slope and into the water where it's floating, and it'll be towed by the airboat back to our trailer on the opposite side of this slough.
We're pulling the fill tubes out so we can collect them. Here we're pulling the clear hose out, usually used to bleed off trapped air inside the AquaDam. It can also be used as a fill and discharge port hose. Now we're going to cut the AquaDam open. Yep. Wait a second. Okay. That's whoa. That's fast enough. Okay, do the rest. This AquaDam's been used on several different occasions, and it keeps getting shorter, but it keeps fulfilling a need with a used AquaDam. And the need we had was a dead man to tie off the big AquaDam to, so the current wouldn't take it through the hole that it's now blocking. To make the removal easier, since there's no equipment, we're going to open up the fill tubes where we've tapered them down to fit the hoses. and this will allow it to open up and all the water will drain out when we pull on it.
So, but cut this off, right, Dave? Sleeve.
We are preparing to pull out the plastic inner liner with the jet ski using this rope that is going to the inner liner fill tube of the 6-foot AquaDam, which has been split open. Then we'll pull it out in pieces and we'll just put the AquaDam back together at our shop. The jet ski is taking up rope slack, workers guiding it, and they're pulling the rest of the inside liner out of the AquaDam. Here we are, pulling the material of the 6-foot AquaDam up the opposing bank using a pickup truck. And the material is buoyant, so it just floats in the water. As it comes up the bank, it loses its water and its height. AquaDams offer an easy and clean removal option compared to the more traditional sheet pile or earth berm cofferdams. Now the truck will be used to pull the outside material of the 6-foot AquaDam up out of the water onto the bank, where it will be wrapped and rolled for transport back to our facility. All the material has been loaded onto the trailer, the jet ski, the 6-foot AquaDam, the 4-foot AquaDams, and the various dunnage layers that didn't make it under the AquaDam plug. And now we're getting out of here. Goodbye, White Slough. And hello, isolated, reclaimed pasture land on the other side of the levee, which will eventually be turned into salt marsh. Without the AquaDam plug in place, the tide would turn that whole pasture land, approximately 50 acres, into mud flats. So that's what we've achieved here. Isolating that pasture land so it can be backfilled and turned into salt marsh.